Hello and welcome to The World Now. Some news just reaching us say Muhammadu Sanusi II, the deposed Emir of Kano, has been moved from the house he was taken to in the early hours of this morning in Loko, Nasarawa State. Now, these exclusive images were shot just after 2 o'clock as the deposed Emir was driven out of the premises under heavy escort. Details are sketchy as to where he's been taken to. But TVC News also gathered that his immediate family are also not at any of the residences in Kano. Security in the area has remained watertight, as with a heavy presence of armed personnel. And joining us live now from the house where he was kept when he arrived in the early hours of this morning is our Deputy Bureau Chief, Femi Akande. Femi, do we know where the deposed Emir has been taken to? Femi, do we know where the deposed Emir has been taken to? All right, we will get back to Femi on that story. And some news just reaching us say Muhammadu Sanusi II, the deposed Emir of Kano, has been moved from the house he was taken to in the early hours of this morning in Loko, Nasarawa State. Now, these exclusive images were shot just after 2 o'clock as the deposed Emir was driven out of the premises under heavy escort. As you can see, the helicopter there is about to take off with the Emir, or the deposed Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi II. As we know, this is an exclusive image of TVC News, and news reaching us say he's been taken away from that house he was taken to earlier in the day from Loko. We do not know where he's been taken to, but TVC News also gathered that his immediate family are also not in any of their residences in Kano. Now, security in the area has remained watertight with a heavy presence of armed personnel. And joining us live now from the house where he was kept when he arrived in the early hours of this morning is our Deputy Bureau Chief, Femi Akande. Now, Femi, do we know where the deposed Emir has been taken to?
Know for sure where he was taken to was this out of this place, this residence where he was kept temporarily. We learned that he arrived here late or early this morning at about 3:40 a.m. amidst a heavy security, and those security men have been on ground. And later today, this afternoon, he was whisked away in a chopper that took him out of here in local town. But we're hearing that he may be taken to another town within Nasarawa state because they are putting into consideration his comfort. Looking at the class of Emir Muhammadu Sanusi II, the deposed Emir of Kano, people say this place is not too comfortable and abode for him, but he has been taken out of here. And you know, there's been a whole lot of frenzy around this town since the arrival of the Emir. This rather quiet town came alive when the Emir arrived early this morning, and people have been hanging around here to just catch a glimpse of the Emir. And he came out this morning, waved at the locals here before he was taken away by security operatives and some of his close aides out of this local town that is an agrarian community here in Nasarawa state. And this town is also full of history, Precious.
Femi, from the pictures that we saw earlier, there seemed to be a heavy presence of security operatives. Does he pose any threat or danger?
Well, I don't think he's a security threat to the people around here. What we gathered is that his comfort is being put into consideration, and this resident here is not too comfortable for him, and that is why he has to be taken out of here. When he was deposed yesterday, we learned that he will be brought here to local town, and when he arrived here, they tried to put everything in place to make sure that this place is made comfortable for him. As we speak, work is still ongoing inside here. They started a renovation of this building here, but you know, despite all of that, the place is still not considered conducive and comfortable enough for the deposed Emir of Kano State. And that is why he has been taken out of here. But we don't know where he is headed next. But very soon we hope to get that information.
All right, so how are the people of Loko, who are now at the center of this intense media attention, dealing with what we may call intrusion into their peaceful life?
Well, it's mixed feelings for them. They are happy that the Emir, the deposed Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi II, was brought to their town. And again, a lot of them are sympathetic with the fate that befell the deposed Emir. But one thing is for certain, the fate of Muhammadu Sanusi II has brought has put this town under the spotlight. You know, they say this town is almost like the forgotten capital of northern Nigeria. So it's a town rich in history, a town that once used to be the capital of northern Nigeria. That is in the colonial era, when the colonial masters met with emirs from the northern region in this town. And this used to be a transit town for traders in northern Nigeria, moving their goods from one town to the other within the northern region. But they also lack basic amenities like electricity, pipe-borne water, good roads. And they feel that the coming of Muhammadu Sanusi II to their town would again bring government attention to the situation around here. But again, there is already ongoing a huge construction of a road from Nasarawa to this local area. It was initially abandoned, but the government of President Muhammadu Buhari has restarted this project. There is also a major bridge, about 3.4 kilometer stretch of a bridge from that is a Loko House bridge that again is opening up this town, this local town to the outside world. And they felt that the coming of Muhammadu Sanusi II is that icing on the cake for them. But they were sad when eventually the deposed Emir had to leave their town. But they welcomed him well, and they were excited that the Emir was in their town, and sad that eventually he had to leave. Precious.
Femi, thanks for joining us. We'll come back to you for more updates.